Hey, buddy, do you consider yourself more of a run-stopping inside guy? But I see your numbers suggest you drop into coverage well and can play the pass okay, huh?
Yes, sir. I feel like, I can do whatever my coach asks me to do. If it's stopping a run, stopping a pass, I know that, this league it's changing, and, it's changing the linebackers. You have to be able to run and move. So, I look forward to being able to get out there and, showcase my talents.
Jeff Hawthorne, 93.7.
Buddy, you go right after one of your teammates. What's that like to have an A&M connection, and what can you tell us about yourself and him?
It's an unbelievable feeling. If you look at the recent years, the Steelers have always picked, some of the players, from the same teams to play together. So for me to go out and, go play with Dan Moore, that's my guy. And, Najee from Alabama, we became close friends. So, for me to go out there and put on a show with them, that's huge. And it's all about, having guys that you trust. And, I'm sure the guys in the locker room at the Steelers are fired up about it, and I'm ready to go to work.
Joe Rudder, Trib.
Yeah, do you know much about the situation you're walking into? It looks like there could be room next to Devin Bush in the lineup this year.
Right. I look forward to the challenge. I'm gonna go out and compete. I'm gonna go out and give it all I got. It's like I said, it's an amazing feeling. I'm extremely blessed to be in this situation. So, I'm gonna make sure the Steelers are gonna be proud of their draft pick. I'm gonna go give it my all.
Jenna Harner, PXI.
Buddy, kind of along those lines, just what does it mean to you to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, and what do you know about the Steelers organization up to this point?
To me, it's like I said, just I'm just so excited. It's just something unexplainable for me. I'm just extremely happy. It's always been one of the things I've dreamed about. Always been one of my longest goals of life. Making it to the NFL. So now that I'm here, my hard work is paid off, but the work is not done. It's just not getting started. So I look forward to it. And about the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't know much, but I look forward to finding out everything I can that's going to help us win.
Alan Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Now.
Hey, buddy, they just changed the NFL uniform number rules, of course. Are you going to try to keep number 1?
Shoot, for me, it was all about getting the number first. It didn't matter what number it was, but, we'll see once we get there. For me, it ain't even about the number. It's about getting on the field, making plays, and helping the team contribute however I can.
Chris Carter, DK.
Hey, buddy, congratulations. You're no stranger to playing against talented runners in the SEC. You're going to a division that's got players like J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Joe Mixon, Lamar Jackson. What's your kind of confidence with the guys that you face that you're going to be able to quickly help the Steelers stuff runners like that?
For me, I feel like, the SEC is one of the most competitive conferences in college football. And, I feel like I win against great guys all year. So, like I say, I'm always up for the challenge. It's a competitive league, and I look forward to getting out there and showcasing my talents, and letting everyone know I'm ready for it.
Chris Adamski, Trib.
Along those lines, could you give a scouting report on tackling or in coverage for Najee Harris, since you had to do that?
Hey, Najee Harris, he's a great back. I like his play style. Every time we played against him, I always look forward to it, and that they got us pretty good. But like I say, he's a great back, and I'm glad to be his teammate. I look forward to getting some dubs with him for sure.
Brian Batko, Post-Gazette.
Buddy, I saw somewhere that you played a lot of special teams in college. What all did you do in terms of those units, and how much do you embrace maybe getting a chance to do that now again at the next level?
Most definitely. So the way we worked at A&M, if you was a starter, you had to play on special teams. You had to play somewhere. That's just Coach Fisher rule. Because it's so important in the special teams area. It's not really talked about. So, like I say, I look forward to playing special teams. It's part of football. It's something that has to be played. I love special teams. Personally, I love the defensive side of special teams. So, I look forward to contributing however I can.
Brian Batko, Post-Gazette. Or did I just call on you? Sorry. No, Strock being Sports Illustrated.
What's up, buddy? Congratulations. The theme of the Steelers draft so far has been mean physical football players. Do you consider yourself in that group?
Most definitely. I feel myself, that like I was talking about, the way with A&M program, one of our pillars is about toughness and, you know, pride and grit, you know, so, you know, that's the culture we're building around there. So, you know, I feel confident and I'm ready to take it to the Steelers and, you know, add on what I can by bringing my 1%.
All right, these will be the last two questions. Joe, Red, or Trib?
I don't think I have my hand up. I really don't have anything.
Oh, okay. Chris Adamski, did you have something?
Yeah, Buddy. I mean, we've all seen on the internet you're getting the nickname Buddy coming from your mother. Do you want to expand on that at all? How you got that name? You really seem to embrace it. You got the hat and everything. So
yeah.
Obviously.
I was waiting on that question. I was waiting on that question. It's a funny answer. Like, you know, my whole life I've been called Buddy, but my real name is Devondrick Johnson. And so in high school, I was Buddy until I started getting recruited. I mean, I was Devondrick until I started getting recruited. You know, I was telling everybody, the coaches were like, what's your name, man? I was like, I'm Buddy Johnson. You know, so ever since then, it's been running from there. And, you know, at the moment when I knew I was really Buddy Johnson was when, you know, I go look on A&M roster and it says #1 Buddy Johnson. And then my mom was like, boy, that ain't your name. And I'm just like, it's something you gave me. So I've been embracing it. You know, Devondrick is not a name that I don't like. I love both of my names. You know, it's just part of my personality. So it's just who I am, part of my identity. And it came from a cartoon character, I guess, called Buddy, that my mom dressed me up as back in Halloween when I was younger. I guess he wore like jeans and some boots or something like that. But, you know, that's all I really know.
All right, one last question. We're going to sneak in Travis Brown.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. Travis Brown with the Bryan College Station Eagles. Sorry, I was a little bit late. Yeah, how's it going, man? Congratulations. What was the feeling when you heard your name called, and what does it mean to be the fourth Aggie taken in the round like that, just to have kind of a run on Aggies? Excuse me.
It means the world just to hear my name being called. You know, I know all the hard work that I put in, and you know, it's paid off. And like I said, it's always been one of my goals to play in the NFL. So, you know, to go out and put on the show and, you know, be able to play in the big leagues, I'm ready for it. And like I say, I know, and then we have some great guys. So for us to get off the board and, you know, for teams to, you know, see that for A&M, I think it's huge for our program, you know, where the program is going. So I'm only excited for, you know, not only me, but my teammates as well.
All right, Buddy, thank you. Go ahead, one more.
Sorry if this was already asked, but what does it mean to be able to be with your teammate there in Pittsburgh and Dan Moore?
Dan Moore, that's my dude. That's my guy. You know, we're close friends. He's on the other side of the ball, but we hang out a lot. You know, I tried to stay in contact with everyone when COVID was going on. And Dan was one of the guys that, you know, helped me. You know, he was a leader on the team that helped us, you know, keep the team together. So extremely blessed, you know, for the Steelers to get, you know, two of our great leaders to step up and go out and, you know, help the team get dubs. And me and him, we fired up and ready to go. I'll tell you that. We'll give it our all.